Good morning. I'm sorry, good afternoon. I'm so used to saying good morning, but good afternoon, good Saturday afternoon. My name is Carol White, and I want to welcome you to this week's episode of When Life Needs a Detox. Now, I'm not going to keep everybody because I know it is the Thanksgiving weekend. Some of you might be out trying to shop or trying to shop online, so I will not keep you today. But I do have a topic that I think will interest everyone. Today's topic is racism and history, the invalidation of Benjamin Banneker. Now, I came across this topic just by happenstance. I was looking for material for a more uplifting viewpoint of our Black history. And I was looking at inventors. And I hit on Benjamin Banneker because I was taught as a child in school that Benjamin Banneker was responsible for laying out Washington, D.C. and all the roadways, which makes it so difficult to get to the White House. There's no one straight way to get there. You have to do this convoluted circle and you're always going to get lost. Benjamin Banneker. Well, I happened to come across an article that was entitled The Benjamin Banneker Mythology. And I was trying to understand this. And sometimes I don't catch on real well. I'll just say that. I will put all of my references in the feed. I'll make sure you have everything that you need before we move on. As a matter of fact, let me do this now if y'all don't mind. Okay, here's one. Okay, and of course I have the computer that just doesn't want to do, but it's okay. But as I'm typing, let me start off the conversation, okay? Now, we all know that Benjamin Banneker for centuries has been given credit for the surveying and laying out of Washington, D.C., and where the Capitol is and where all of the monuments have been placed. Well, it turns out that there was a gentleman by the name of Silvio Bedini who refutes this and says that Benjamin Banneker doesn't deserve to have the credit that he's been given. Here's the story. There was an architect that was hired by Washington to do exactly what Benjamin Banneker did. His name was Pierre Charles Linfont. I like that name, Pierre Charles Linfont. Well, he was hired to map out Washington, D.C. And he did it. But he made a demand that wouldn't be considered by Washington. And apparently he was making demands periodically and just said, well, I want this, I want that, I need this, I want that. And finally Washington said, no, we're not doing it. So this man who Washington paid to survey and basically build the city of Washington left, taking all of the plans with him. So this leaves Washington with no road maps, no surveys, no nothing, no architectural designs, nothing. Well, here's the thing. While Linfont was the architect, Benjamin Banneker was assisting him. And he was also working with a Major Andrew Ellicott. And after L'Enfant left, Ellicott didn't know what to do. But Benjamin Banneker, having worked closely with L'Enfant, had notes and sketches because he did the practical. He did the testing of the ideas to make sure that they were feasible and functional. Also, from what I'm reading, Benjamin Banneker had a photographic memory because a lot of the design of Washington was done by him through memory. So now you have a Frenchman that quit, an American major that doesn't know what to do, and Benjamin Banneker, who is now recreating the work that was essentially stolen. And he did. He recreated the entire thing. Now, he left the designs with Major Ellicott because Mr. Banneker had other assignments and other obligations that he had to meet. He gave Washington the plans. He gave the city of Washington plans to Ellicott so that he could get it done. And he was also available for consultation. But now, this Silvio Bedini in 1981 is saying, I'm sorry, his publication is in 1969. He's saying that there's absolutely no reason that Benjamin Banneker should have been given credit for the surveying. He shouldn't have been given credit for coming up with the architectural designs. He should be given credit for nothing because, according to him, if L'Enfant came up with the design, it's L'Enfant's design. If Major Ellicott was there to make sure of the building or the construction of the city of Washington, that credit should go to him. And Benjamin Banneker should not get credit for anything because he was just the assistant. Is that racist or is that racist? And here's the thing. You don't have to be a racist to see how ridiculous this is. All you have to be is an employee of an ignorant boss. Seriously, that's all you have to be. I was typing at one point. Resources. Okay. And like I said, all you have to do is be the employee of an ignorant boss who won't give you credit for your own work. That's what you have to be to understand how ridiculous this is. Our state capitol would never have been built had it not been for Benjamin Banneker. And you don't want to give him credit? That's ridiculous. Here's the way I look at it. L'Enfant, while he did come up with the design, should not be given as much credit as they want to give him, because the only thing you get when you quit is replaced. That's all that happened. L'Enfant was replaced. L'Enfant was given an assistant, Benjamin Banneker, who just so happens to have a photographic memory. Besides which, when he's testing out your ideas, he's the one that says, okay, this doesn't work. If we do it like this, it can work. So there's no way you can tell me that he didn't do what it is that he's been given credit for. Now, just because you don't want to give him credit doesn't mean he doesn't deserve credit. And this is why I say we have to be absolutely careful as to who writes, rewrites, or tries to invalidate our history. We cannot sit here and expect people to just say, oh, you know what? We're going to be nice about this, and we're going to make sure that everything that needs to be said about Black folks is going to be said. Because I guarantee you, very few of us know that they're trying to invalidate the contributions of Benjamin Banneker. I didn't know it until I looked it up. We have got to keep an eye on how our history is being recorded, revised, or removed. I've got one more that I would like to give you. I really try not to do this while you all are watching me, because sometimes I get beside myself. Okay. Because I mean, think about it. If they're going to invalidate the man because he was just an assistant, that's ridiculous. He still put in the work. He deserves the credit. Now, you want to say that over the last several centuries, Benjamin Banneker has given too much credit, and you can't do that. It's not fair when this other guy is the one that did it. No. Okay, I'll be honest. I agree. Lynn Font was hired to come up with the architectural design for the city, but Lynn Font quit. People that quit get replaced all the time. Lynn Font did not, and also Lynn Font is a crook. He's a thief, because he took the designs that he was paid to produce with him. So he's a thief. Washington's saving grace was Benjamin Banneker, because he had the notes, he had designs, and he had a photographic memory, and he recreated everything. And you want to say that the man does not deserve the credit that he's been given. My Lord, my Lord. Okay, this is the last one I've been given. Okay, all right. Now, I have now included everything, all of my resources for today's talk. But I just want to end this with saying, we have got to make sure of who writes our history, who has the goal to rewrite our history, and who has the goal, the unmitigated goal, to invalidate our great inventors, scientists, creators. We need to keep an eye on this. And I'm suggesting this for every African American within the sound of my voice. If you don't have your own African American library in your home, create one. Don't let other people tell you when you should be looking at your history. You should have African American history in your home. You need your own library. And that is it for me today. Everybody needs to create their own African American library within their home. My name is Carol White, and this has been this week's edition of When Life Needs a Detox. I truly do love you to the moon and back, and everything going well. We will see each other on Thursday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.